Hey guys, Pretty Tarot YouTube channel, and this is another pick a card reading. Make sure. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear the music, but it's not too loud. Okay, so this pick a card reading is called "What is Our Potential?" or "What is Our Potential Connection?" This reading is for those of you who maybe you have a love interest, a crush, um, but somebody that you're kind of talking to, maybe even dating, um, somebody you're talking to. So you're wondering what your potential is. So you may be talking to them, you may be dating them, those kind of things. That's more so who this is for. If you don't really have any real dealings with them and you're just staring at them from afar, like they're a crush you haven't even talked to yet, you can watch it, but it may or may not resonate with you because I'm going to pick up on details that may involve what's going on between you and that kind of thing, or potential hazards, pitfalls, whatever, or just potential period. So I'm picking up on the potential. Um, and just see what comes up in the cards, okay? If you are in a relationship, if you want to watch this because you're trying to see if it means you're going to leave the marriage or not, you can, but it may not give you as much insight as you're looking for because this is just kind of more so for those who are kind of like talking to somebody, maybe dating them, trying to feel things out or whatever. But anybody can watch it, but just keep in mind that depending on what kind of situation you're in, it may or may not resonate just because um, there's certain things that I'm just looking to pick up on, okay, for certain kinds of people. So I'm trying to do readings that everybody can, watch. It's going to resonate with some more than others. If you're interested in getting a personal reading like this done for you, it's $20. You just go to my PayPal. That's paypal.me/prettytarot. So that's paypal.me/prettytarot. You can also go to my website, prettytarot.com. You can also email me at prettytarot@gmail.com. And that $20 reading, personal reading for this or some other kind of reading like the other pick a card readings I've done, those are video only. If you want the reading done live through Skype or phone, it's going to cost more. Check in the description box below and make sure you guys recognize that, okay? And now let me show you guys what cards I have here for you, okay? So we have deck 1, I have deck 2 here, deck 3, and deck 4. There's a card, they all have the same number of cards, okay? You just take, some time to pray, meditate, and focus on whichever one you want. Okay, pick one. If you feel absolutely moved to pick more than one, then you may do so. However, I do not recommend doing so because it can cause confusion. So pick one and only pick two of them if you feel absolutely moved to do so spiritually. Okay, so once again, this is deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, deck 4. I will timestamp and any feedback is appreciated, but I don't want any rude feedback. I did get one person to make a rude comment and then they tried to delete it. I saw it anyway. And all I'm going to say is, you guys, I do these readings because it's my way of giving back to the community. All of the readers, many of them, they do it because it's their way of giving back to the community. Some of them, they do it because it's their way of, advertising what they do to pull income, to get you guys to do readings. But for me, whether you guys book a personal reading with me or not, this is my way of giving back to the community because when you have gifts like these, you should be sharing and giving of them however you can be. It shouldn't be you just earning money and profit only when you have these kind of gifts because these are God-given gifts and everybody has them, but a lot of readers They've taken time to hone their craft and their gift. And when they choose to get on a platform like this, YouTube, to give and share of their gift freely, never take that for granted, and never feel entitled and feel like you have the right to be rude or to complain or to say things that are not constructive. I'm all for constructive feedback and things like that. No one has to kiss my butt, but I'm not dealing with anybody being rude, okay? So I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate likes and all the wonderful comments. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have been so kind, sweet, and supportive, you know, saying nice things. And even those of you who've made suggestions on other kind of readings I can do, and or given suggestions, period, that were constructive suggestions and not rude suggestions or comments. And thank you to those of you who have book readings with me. I appreciate all of you who have book readings with me. I do get readings booked all the time, and I appreciate you guys because you're supporting my work, you're supporting what I do, and of course you're also supporting my family. So thank you. Okay, so if you need more time to figure out which deck you're going to choose, then pause the video. If you don't need more time, then you can go ahead and skip to the one that you want, kind of there. All right, so if you selected, and I apologize if you can hear my kid in the background, but it is what it is. Okay, so if you selected deck number 1, I'm going to push the others aside here, and let's get started with you for deck number 1. Let's see, what potential do you have here? Or what kind of connection? What's your potential here? If you guys are actually talking to each other, interested, dealing with each other, dating, or whatever. This is interesting. And like I said, if you're in a relationship with someone, you may be able to watch this reading, and it may be able to give you some insight. Okay, so if you chose deck number 1, it looks like you guys have, wow, this is really interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Romance Angel card here. You guys had the Express Your Love card in the reverse, okay? And this card, it tells, you know, if I use it, go ahead and make the romantic gesture, okay? But with this being in reverse, it means that you guys are not expressing yourselves to one another. You're not opening up to one another. You may not even really be showing each other what your true interest is in the other, okay? Which is perfectly natural and normal if it is a situation in which you're just, you know, getting to meet someone or know them, or you may like someone and crush on them, but you haven't yet said anything. But in a relationship here, you're definitely not expressing yourself. You know, you're not making the gestures that you should. You're not making it known how you feel. And you're being told to go ahead and make the romantic gesture, okay? Because that will definitely affect the way the situation works out for you. Some other factors here that you guys have. I have the Judgment card here, in which there's some sort of situation here in which someone has heard something from someone about what's going on here, or someone has heard something, like there's some hearsay, some truth could have came out, or some details could have came out. Someone could be seeking to get to the bottom of things and get get some details or some truth here. But it looks like it's also possibly gossip, maybe even some messaging going on, okay? So maybe there's some messaging going on back and forth, whether it's through Instagram, text message, or some kind of chat platform or something like that. Maybe even just really kind of like, yeah, it's messaging in some form as well, okay? So, but be careful if there's any gossip. And you know, you may hear something from someone else. Be careful also if you are experiencing a situation where there is judgment, meaning like someone kind of judging the other, or someone kind of allowing themselves to prejudge someone, or you know what I'm saying. And don't also let anyone play the devil's advocate in this situation either. So be careful of hearsay, be careful of gossip, be careful of someone, like I said, playing the devil's advocate and saying, well, you know, such and such, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Be careful of that. And you know what? Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My kid was making way too much noise in another room, and it was just a total distraction. Anyway, so yeah, you guys got the judgment card here. Okay, so look out for some truth, or some of you may be looking out for some truth. Some of you may be, like I said, hearing something, you know, hearing something around the way or whatever. It may be some gossip going. It may be someone just messaging. You may be doing some messaging or something with this person or whatever. Or you may, like I said, you know, somebody may play the devil's advocate and say, you know, give their input on the situation or the person or something. Just be aware of that or whatever. And I don't, you know, this time clock here, I normally don't pay attention to it, but it's really standing out. So it's like there's some sort of communication going on that is relating to time. So I don't know if maybe like someone is feeling like they messaged the other person and the other person didn't take the time to, you know, message back, or they took a long time to message back, or there was something, it's just something revolving communication in time, a message in time, truth in time, something in that regards, okay? Now you have a discipline card here. This was in the reverse, okay? And this is usually my card that signifies there's a need to be, of course, disciplined. There's a need to be focused. There's a need to do your research, okay? There's a need to study something or someone. And in this case here, I feel like whatever it is that you're hearing, okay, whatever it is you guys are hearing, you're going to need to do your research, and someone's not taking the time to do that. Someone also may need to be disciplined about how much they're communicating or how much they're saying in this situation, okay? And someone may also need to tune out from gossip and things of that sort. Someone may also need to work on not letting not allowing themselves to be too harsh or hypercritical of someone, or to be too harsh and critical on yourself and say, well, this may not work out, or this person may not be everything that I think they are, or whatever. Like, just be open-minded, I think, and do your research. Do your research. Back up whatever it is that you're hearing, or back up whatever it is that's being said. Or make sure this person may be backing up whatever they're saying. But just kind of do your research. You know what I'm saying? Kind of investigate a little bit. Kind of, and also get focused here. Don't get too distracted. You know, somebody maybe else will be getting distracted here by some things. Maybe too much messaging or something. Maybe, like I said, too much gossip or hearsay or whatever. And like I said, I also feel like someone may also be hypercritical or judgmental of someone, or always saying something to someone that kind of may be a bit much to be saying. Be careful of that. All of this is not going to resonate with everybody. Some things are going to resonate with others, while other things resonate with others. You know. Now, other factors here. You have the recovery card here, but this was in the reverse. Okay, this was in the reverse. Someone here holds the key here in this situation. But someone's not using it. Okay, someone's not using it. And I feel like someone's not, like I said, taking the time to open up, express themselves, to kind of get to know the other person, or get to know what they like, so that they can approach this other person better, or be able to relate to this other person better. Also, with this recovery card here, this is also something like someone's not taking the time to literally chill out from something. I kind of get that somebody needs to chill out here, but they're not taking the time to do so. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and read the description for the recovery because this is a new deck for me. And usually I go along with my own meanings, but it's okay to kind of figure out how does the author see this book. I mean, this, not this book, but this card, okay? So the recovery card here from the author's perspective, pain from our past unlocks the door of understanding. Greta wakes up to find painful childhood memories all around her room. In the distance appears a huge wooden door with white light streaming through the keyhole. As Greta tries to gather up her painful memories, they melt and form the great lilac key. She places the key in the lock and a wave of fear engulfs her. The door opens and the pain and fear recede. Clarity comes. Survival is no longer enough. Once the key has been used to open the door, you will have a new way of living, one without keys. Where you are headed, there are no locks. It is time to recover a part of yourself that has been dormant. Are you ready to live an inspired future? This card is all about facing your fears. Wounding is strength. Courage to face pain, awakening greatness, and some other key words relating to this is genuineness, regeneration, and understanding. Okay, so once again, I kind of, along with what I was kind of feeling like somebody is not, like somebody has the key here, because that's the one thing that stood out to me with that card is somebody has the key, you know, somebody has the key here to unlock the situation, open up more, you know, even take the time to figure out how to approach the other person, figure out what they like, who they are, things like that. But if no one focused, discipline, and do your research, investigate some things, and get a game plan and figure out how to get back in the game, you know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to love, dating, socializing, and really getting to know other people and trying to see if you have a connection where things are going, or if you're already together, dating, or in a relationship, trying to really figure out where this is going. But this is more so about people who you're trying to figure out, do you and someone else, what's your potential here, you know? So it's like you need to take some time to kind of like investigate, do some research, you know, things like that before you even make a gesture. And then go ahead and make a gesture because it looks like no one's doing that. And perhaps this other person could be needing to do this as well. And therefore, they need to take these steps as well. But maybe they haven't done it yet, you know? Okay? So, and I want to say that if you're in a relationship, because this part here would be for someone who's in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and someone said something hurtful, like I said, I still have the judgment card where someone said something, okay? Someone said something. And I feel like because you have the recovery card here in the reverse, and like I said, the recovery card from the author description is about releasing pain and allowing it to become your strength, and just being free, period. But also I feel like when you have to recover, it's because you've gone through something. Okay, you've gone through something that was either overwhelming or exhausting, or it took a lot out of you, and therefore you need to recover. So it's very well somebody could have did or said something hurtful, and either, you know, you heard about it or someone heard about it or whatever, okay? Because you have the Nine of Air card here, and you have forgive yourself for something you may have not done, forgive the other person for something they may have not done, or something you may have done. Okay. Like I said, it's either or. There's a need for forgiveness here. And I feel like maybe forgiveness for paying attention to what someone else said that may have been negative, or for not giving someone the benefit of the doubt, possibly, or for being harsh or criticizing in any form, okay? But this is the Nine of Air here, and that's a card that symbolizes worry, doubts, fears, anxiety, depression, regrets, sleepless nights, and you know, it's usually because someone is really in their head about something. So it's also about being all in your head, okay? And the card is telling you, you know, it's pointed out that you're expecting the worst, okay? And you're creating self-fulfilling prophecies, and yes, you may even be having sleepless nights. Release that. I also feel like that's why you guys have the recovery card in the reverse. Recovery card is all about, from the author's perspective, releasing whatever was painful, releasing whatever bothered you, and also getting out of your nervousness and your fears, okay? And just unlocking the door to the possibilities. Now, your final card here, which is your advice card, is, and this is something, once again, you're not doing, it's telling you to invest in your spirit, okay? And it all starts with planting that tree or planting that seed and allowing it to grow. It takes time to grow into a stronger person. It takes time to grow into a bolder, more courageous person. It takes time to grow into a person who is confident and loves themselves and is able to step out into the world and really present themselves like, here I am, and I am, you know, I'm here, I'm interested, and you know, and not be afraid that someone's not interested in you, or not, or being afraid to really, you know, speak to someone and let them know how you feel. And like I said, that part is relating to those of you who, like I said, there's someone you like and maybe you crush on, but you haven't even made the steps yet. If it's someone who's dating someone, or you're just getting to know someone, that same kind of thing applies, okay? But if you're already in a relationship and, like I said, you have experienced a situation here where someone was hurtful or harsh, criticizing, or whatever it is, or you heard something that ended up being hurtful, and it caused you, you know, sadness, depression, or whatever, sleepless nights, things like that, you know, like I said, you need to forgive or practice forgiveness, because people are less than perfect, okay? You all need to know people are less than perfect. Even we ourselves as people are less than perfect. But invest in yourself, okay? Invest in your spirit, invest in your peace of mind so that you come to the situation strong enough and, you know, confident and bold and courageous enough to go after what it is and who it is that you want here, okay? So that you can express your love, okay, and make a romantic gesture, okay? So that's deck number one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these cards back, and then I'll move on to deck number two. I'm definitely interested in hearing your feedback and how this resonates, okay? If it resonates. So like I said, it won't resonate with everyone, but it will resonate for some of you depending on what's going on in your situation. Okay, if you chose deck number two, let's see what we have here. Interesting. Okay, so for those of you who chose deck number two, this is a really interesting read for you. You have the honeymoon card, okay? You have the honeymoon card. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, okay? So the potential here is for you guys to really, you know how people, they go on a honeymoon and they just truly get to just enjoy each other's company, and that's pretty much the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of what you guys have the potential here for, okay? You have the potential for a honeymoon type of connection. Like, you get to really, it's a blissful connection. You get to enjoy the time that you really spend together, and it's so romantic and things like that. For some of you, the potential may be you could end up getting married and experiencing a honeymoon, but much is left to be determined here. But I'm just picking up on the potential, the connection, okay? Other factors here. there's some sort of purpose that's being sought. You guys are seeking something meaningful. This connection or this potential here is, it feels like it's gonna be somewhere that goes somewhere meaningful, because this is you and this person, either you or this person or both of you are seeking something meaningful, okay, and seeking a path and purpose that's gonna go somewhere. This could even be you're seeking your destiny, okay? You're seeking your blessings. This is also romance. You see this person here with flowers and things like that. This is someone who is, whoever you're dealing with, this connection or this relationship, it has much potential for romance, because you're dealing with someone who you guys are seeking something serious, or they're seeking something serious, something with purpose. You could even be seeking that, or you both are. Other factors here. Yeah. This is the vanity card in reverse, which I think is great, because this pretty much confirms the other card, where you're seeking, this connection is seeking purpose and something meaningful, something serious, something real, something full of destiny. With the vanity card in reverse, this is not a shallow connection, okay? Because the upright, vanity is all about shallowness, okay? Because vanity is all about image. It's all about uh, things and images, kind of like, creating a sense of importance. But so someone, if this was in the upright, then I would be concerned, because you would be dealing with someone, or you would be doing a connection in which you or the other person or both of you are seeking something superficial, or something shallow. But in the reverse, no, this exact opposite. You guys are not, this is not going to be a shallow connection. This is not going to be a superficial connection or a relationship, okay? It's not going to be superficial in any form. You guys are going to be looking for something meaningful, and I see why it's going to be a honeymoon type of feel, blissful and romantic, and it may even lead to an actual honeymoon, because if you get married, in which people go on honeymoons when they get married, people also go on honeymoons when they're in a really romantic relationship, and they may not call them honeymoons in that case, but people do nice little sweet things, that like they go on trips together, and it's like a honeymoon, okay? So, but you guys have to be careful here. You have to be careful here to not get caught up in control, manipulation, codependency, or too much temptation. Though I feel like this, for somebody, there's a lot of temptation here, okay? But be careful, like I said, that you guys don't get caught up in manipulation games with each other, or one or the other try to manipulate the other, because it can cause someone to feel like they're being puppeted and they need to cut the strings and things like that. So be careful of, like I said, not forming a codependency, because that's possible, okay? It may even be possible that, and I'm talking to the people who you're just starting to get to know each other, dating, or someone, maybe you have a crush on them. Now, for those of you who are actually in the relationship, there may actually be manipulation going on, coercing, and feeling like there's strings attached in the situation or something, or someone trying to, someone feeling codependent, or there being a codependency here, or someone feeling tortured, or someone really trying to get at the other one, okay? Be careful of that. And if you are experiencing that, okay, then that's not good. That's not good. So, and it could relate to this vanity card. Even though it's in the reverse, it could relate to the fact that, I got a feeling that someone, and this is, like I said, I'm talking, there's a small group of you, or a certain group of you, whom you're seeking purpose. You want a beautiful, blissful relationship and you're seeking purpose, or the other person is, but you're trying to avoid getting caught up in the pitfalls of materialism, vanity, people looking at and caring at what kind of job you have, or you caring what kind of job they have, and things like that. And someone could be feeling manipulated or feeling like they're being held to a standard that is considered to be shallow, or, you know, vain or materialistic or whatever, and all about things and what you have and, you know, what you do and things like that. And one of you is not all about that at all, and you don't want to even be pushed in that direction or even pressured to feel like you have to be any kind of person or any kind of way because you want something meaningful. Okay, one of you is feeling that way in the connection. Okay, so that's something you may have to, you may be dealing with. That could be an issue here. Okay, but you have asked for help from others, but that's in the reverse. So you're not really kind of like, it's possible that you may not even be seeking um, some advice from others on what to do about this potential issue here. You know, feeling pressure to be what someone else expects you to be, or vice versa. Okay, um, because you know you're looking for something meaningful and you're looking for real love and romance and something that could lead to, you know, marriage and a honeymoon and things like that. It's going to be different for each one of you how this resonates, because that there's different connections here that I'm getting, and there's different ways you guys can connect to this. Now you have the Queen of Fire in reverse. I'm gender neutral about, you know, if it's a queen or a king. So this could be a male or a female or whatever, but it's a fire sign. Um, it's a fire sign, which could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, or someone with that in their chart, or they may have energy that relates like a fire sign, you know, confident, warm, intelligent, graceful, can be conceited, can also be arrogant, but also can be a leader or someone who is, like I said, confident, but they can also be, like I said, someone conceited, someone who, they can be manipulative, or they can be someone who they know how to play their cards right if they're in the, more of the positive, okay? Um, so be careful of that. Be careful of that. This person doesn't necessarily have to be a negative person. It could be a good one, you know? But you could be trying to fill them out. Um, the advice of the card is stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and your creativity. Okay? Now, because this was in the reverse, this person, though they have potential to be positive and fit all the good qualities, they could be in the reverse, meaning they could be in more of the negative energy. Okay? Which is where, like I said, the manipulation or temptation to fit into some kind of particular way could be coming from. But it's also, sorry, in fact, let me see if I can. I don't want anybody disturbing my calls, and I normally put that setting on. I'm going to put it on now. Okay, there we go. No more phone call interruptions. Okay, so it's also possible, like I said, because this card is in the reverse, I always read the advice in the upright, but it's possible that you could not be following the advice of this card, that you need to stretch your wings and fly, and don't underestimate yourself, and assert your independence and your creativity. So if you're not doing that, then do that, because you need to do that. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and your creativity. If you're dealing with a negative fire sign, then you may need to, you know, ask for help or advice. You're getting here. You could also ask for advice from friends and things, or family members, whoever it is that you actually trust, okay? But I'm not a big fan of dealing with people who are negative. So if you are seeking something meaningful and purposeful that will lead to romance, marriage, and you know, this honeymoon phase here, then definitely you might want to reconsider, is this the person or is this not the person, okay? But you do not have to give in to being any kind of way that this person may expect you to be, or vice versa. um, but I'm looking at all the potential for connections. And remember, when you meet people, you're not, you know, everybody has positives and everybody has negatives. So this may still be a good person, possibly, who's seeking something meaningful, but you're going to need to feel the situation out if this is someone new that you're feeling out. You're getting some, you know, potential information here, but don't ignore your intuition about people either. And don't ignore the red flags. You will know, everybody sees red flags in people. Don't ignore them if you see them. Now, you have the say I'm sorry card, but it's in the reverse. Okay? So it goes back to, like I said, this the devil card here, in which, like I said, I feel like someone may have been being manipulative here, or literally, you know, playing the devil here or something, or not being so nice, or being shallow or something like that. And like I said, the vanity card is here. Someone doesn't want to be vain. Someone doesn't want to care about materialistic things, whereas someone else feels like they may want these things and there's strings attached. Like I said, there's a small percentage of somebody who I know this relates to. Someone, though, needs to apologize, and it could be this fire sign. It possibly could be you. But because this fire sign is in the negative here, in the reverse, it could very well be them. Okay? And they may need to say sorry, but they're not saying they're sorry. Okay? Um, they may have a hard time saying they're sorry just because they have foolish pride or something. Okay? So that could be the potential of this person. It could be even possibly your energy. Somehow I feel like there's somebody pressuring somebody here, and the other one just doesn't want to be pressured, because you see the strings. There's strings and someone trying to pull these strings, but the strings have been cut. This person has scissors, so the strings have been cut, but so they want to kind of do things their way, you know. Anyway, that's the potential here. That's the potential here. And like I said, there's positives and there's negatives to every situation and to every person that you deal with. It's very rare that you're going to come across anybody and there's just never going to be any issues or any possible challenges to overcome, because we're all here to learn, and anything that's worth it is worth putting the effort into. But if you have to do too much to get it to work, then by all means don't stick, okay? Because you don't have to fight too hard for anything. So that was deck 2. Moving on to, if you chose deck number 3, let's see what the potential here is for the person you're dealing with, the connection or whatever, okay? And I know some of you are like, oh, is this my twin flame? That's not what I'm doing here. I don't really focus on twin flames and all this other stuff. I don't. I feel like when people focus on those kind of things, they're willing to put up with anything almost. I'm not a big fan of twin flame connections, because I feel like people allow themselves to be put through hell and they keep doing it over and over again just because they feel like, that's my twin flame, and if we get past this, everything will work out. I don't believe that's necessary. We have so many soulmates out here. You do not have to put up with hell back and forth with a so-called twin flame just so you can find the greatest love of your life. No, you can easily move on and find an actual another soulmate. Okay, a soulmate is a soulmate. Doesn't matter if they're twin flame or karmic mate. Either, you know, if it's too difficult, go on and find somebody else, because there are people out here who you will match with perfectly fine. And though every relationship or connection has its challenges, you do not have to be put through hell rigorously back and forth, up and down, left and right, to get the love that you want, to get the love of a lifetime. You can find that with any soulmate, a real, like a soulmate, okay? Not Twin flames, they come with the problems. They come with too many problems, if you ask me. That's why I don't think it's worth it, and that's why I do not patronize the whole twin flame thing. I don't. I might do a twin flame reading sometime. It's not going to be this one, but I might. But I feel like people do themselves a disjustice obsessing over twin flames. Okay, I'm sorry. If you know this is about a twin flame, that's fine. Any of my readings, if you see them and you feel like it can relate to you and your twin flame, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just telling you, I'm not here when I'm doing a reading on connections and potential. I'm not here to tell you this is your twin flame. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. I'm not here to tell you it's your karmic mate or your soulmate. You can feel for yourself if that's somebody really that is a soulmate or not. But I'm just here to show you the potential, the energy you have to work with. Okay. And like I said, this can relate to people who you may have a crush on someone and you anticipate you want to talk to them or get to know them. This can relate to, but mostly it's relating to people who you are talking to someone and you may be dating them and you're just, so you have something to work with here. You're actually going through something with them. If you're in a relationship, it may not resonate as much, but it still may resonate. Okay. All right. And I don't want to hear that talk too much because everything I'm saying is said for a reason. It makes sense. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody had the nerve to make a comment that I talked too much and then they deleted it like I wasn't going to see it. I saw it anyway, and I don't know where people get off doing that, Anyway, yes, your potential. Okay. You guys have the separation card in reverse. The advice from this card is time apart from your partner may be on the horizon, but with this being in the reverse, it may not be. Okay? It may not be. And I feel like if you guys are kind of not talking and you're having a period where you're kind of going through some things, that's about to end. Okay? You guys are about to not be separated, or you just ended this whole thing of not talking and being separated. Okay. Other factors here, you guys got the competition card here in the reverse, and that's saying that there is no more fighting, there's no more competitive energy, there's no more competing, there's no more being up against each other in terms of being at each other, arguments, fights, against any other potential partners or potential mates they may be looking at of that sort. But if you guys were having a fight, an argument, this is done. It's over with, because you got the competition card in reverse and you got the separation card in reverse. Okay. And that's for those of you who you're already kind of been dealing with each other or are in a relationship. If you're not are in a relationship or something, and this is somebody you're looking at and trying to get to know, crush, whatever, this is pointing out that you guys kind of have the chemistry where you won't be spending much time apart, and you won't be doing a whole lot of arguing or fighting. Okay, that's signaling to me that you're pretty compatible. Okay, you have the renewal card. And let me tell you once again, for those of you, if you're just trying to figure out ahead of time what kind of potential that you and this other person have, and you're thinking about talking to them, or you're just at the beginning of talking to them, once again, this is someone who looks peaceful and meditative to me. You guys have so much potential for harmony here and peace. You're not going to be doing a bunch of fighting, arguing, getting at each other, disagreements and debates and things that could pull you apart. You're not even going to spend too much time apart in terms of having issues. Okay. And so that's a good connection. That's a good connection. You got the victory card. That's a victory and success here. After traveling, after a war. Now, for those of you who you already been together, dating, really talking to each other in a relationship or whatever, like I said, if you guys were fighting, if you guys were having disagreements, getting at each other, going through changes, and we're separated, this is coming to an end because you guys have a renewal here. You have a chance to kind of start over, kissing and making up and making peace and having harmony. Okay? And starting fresh. It's a new season for you guys. Okay? And yeah, you got the victory here after a long, hard fought battle or whatever, or after being distant. You're returning, or they're returning. You guys are returning to each other for a victory. For someone, this may lead up to engagement or something. Not all of you, but some of you, okay? Because this is often seen as a ring, okay? A ring as victory, success. But here's something else that you guys need to pay attention to here. You got the release card, and that's telling you you need to let something go because it's no longer worth it. Okay? Um, you have the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, transitions, possibly ending something. Okay? And normally this would be like the death card, meaning something is coming to an end, or a transition or a transformation. Something's changing, and sometimes one thing has to end for something else to begin for you to get the renewal. So I feel like you guys here, for those who are already really involved with each other here, like I said, you guys have made this transition, or you're about to make this transition, okay? And you're about to start fresh, start over. You're about to change your attitudes and do better with each other, because you no longer want to be fighting with one another or going through any changes or anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want any more issues. You just want peace, harmony, and love. Okay, success and victory. And like I said, this may go as far as an engagement, not for everyone, but for some of you. Okay. Now, you also have the tell the truth card in the reverse. Okay, this card is normally giving advice to tell the truth, and even though it's in reverse, I still read the advice in the upright. So there's a need to confess something, and maybe you guys are confessing something and speaking your truth, and telling each other how you really feel or whatever. But in reverse, you're not really doing that the way you actually could be. You should be, but you're not really doing it. But you should, okay? You should. This is the advice, but it's what you're not doing. So somebody's not necessarily being as open, or telling their truth. But let me tell you something. For those of you who you are still in separation mode and this transition has not occurred yet, and you're facing possibly an ending of the relationship or the ending of the connection, guess what? It's completely up to you where this really goes. Okay? It's completely up to you where this connection goes or where this situation goes. But it's a matter of you going from being closed off and not saying anything to someone to opening up and saying something to them and speaking your truth. Maybe they need to speak some truth to you and open up and say something to you. Okay? Confess something, whatever. But it can happen though, if you're not speaking the truth, if you're not saying what you need to say, or if they're not saying what they need to say. But I feel like this is mostly about you, because it's saying it's up to you. Okay, this is up to you. And I feel like with these kind of readings, you're the one who's looking at it, so the advice is for you. It's not necessarily for the other person who's not even looking at this. Okay. Yeah, so this was a really simple read here. Really simple read. This connection has much potential to succeed and be a good, positive one, harmonious one, peaceful, good time, okay? But for those of you who have had the connection to go awry or to go on the negative side, there's potential for this to change, okay? There's a lot of potential for this to change, because everything goes in cycles, but it also depends on you guys choosing to not any longer be in battle, okay, and choosing to no longer be separated, okay. You can make that transition and this change with each other, or you can just end it all together. But it's up to you where this goes. But it has a really wonderful place it can go. It really does. And either you need to be honest with yourself about this, or you need to be honest with them, or vice versa, or both of you. Okie dokie. So that is the reading for deck number 3. And I'm going to move on from deck number 3 to deck number 4, the final deck. Okay, so if you chose deck number 4, let's see what you have here for your connection. What's really going on here? What's the potential here? What's the potential? Okay, so this connection or this potential here, you guys are lacking playfulness. Okay, you guys are lacking playfulness because the playfulness card is in the reverse. And with the playfulness card, you're being told to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, but somehow you guys have lost sight of that. Okay, you've lost sight of that, and that's important here. And yeah, this is more confirmation. You guys have lost sight of the the ability to recapture romance and just like allow yourselves to have fun with each other because you got the creativity card in the reverse. Now, what's the coincidence of that? Ain't no coincidences with these, okay? This is the creativity card. This is what it looks like in upright, but this is it in the reverse. You guys are not allowing yourselves to open up and be free with each other, okay? You're not allowing yourselves to have fun with each other, to enjoy each other. You're not allowing yourselves to do any of that. You're not being romantic with each other, whatever it is. Other factors here, acceptance. And those of you who are not, and let me tell you something. For those of you who, like I said, if this is a new crush or connection and you haven't had the chance to really date them yet, know that this is the potential energy here, that you guys may struggle to open up to one another and allow each other to relax around each other and have fun and be natural and flow and like capture the romance or whatever. For those of you who already are dating or in a relationship, this is already an issue, okay? But other factors here is acceptance. Okay, acceptance of yourself or acceptance of the other or acceptance of both of each other. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read on the acceptance card according to the author's interpretation because it's a new deck, and I just figured this would be helpful to you guys as well. The acceptance card: when I accept myself, I find love. Okay, Cherry loves her work as a waitress, but she feels that something is missing from her life. She has a boyfriend, yet she senses that he is unfaithful. One day, a customer orders cherry pie. Cherry cuts a slice and sighs to a friend that her life is like that pie with a slice missing. Her friend remarks that maybe Cherry is a heart-shaped pie. Cherry's perspective changes. She leaves her boyfriend and later meets a man who makes her happy. Okay, the inspiration of this card: a magical box of self-acceptance appears before you. Your unique qualities resides within. Open it. Are things simple now? Cherry Heart invites you to see yourself as complete just as you are. Okay, and something else you could be thinking about it or asking yourself is, am I assessing myself accurately, or am I distorting my reality in a self-defeating way? Can I simply accept myself? New ways of seeing yourself are key ideas with this card. Embracing imperfection, feeling incomplete, selling yourself short, keywords: manifesting, knowledge, and luck. Okay, so you guys need to keep in mind here that if you are not comfortable with yourself, if you don't think you are wonderful and deserving of love, and that you're able to be accepted by other people that you're interested in, then you're going to struggle to open up to this other person and naturally be you and allow things to flow naturally so that romance and the romantic connection can come about. Sparks can't fly in the love department if you're not feeling confident in yourself. The other person possibly could be experiencing this issue as well, or you both could be experiencing this, but you're going to need to open up, okay? And part of that is relating to your self-esteem, and maybe even for them, their self-esteem issues, okay? Other factors here, you guys got the Six of Swords in the reverse. That's pointing out that you guys can't capture the dreams here. God, what is going on? This connection is really full of, oh my God, fear and nervousness is what I feel. Fear and nervousness. Like somebody here is a bundle of nerves. that cannot muster up the confidence and the courage to just be free, be confident, and allow yourself to just naturally flow and enjoy this other person, getting to know them, being around them, being with them, the connection, to even speak to them. Okay, depending on where you're at with this person, whether you're just crushing on them or you're thinking about talking to them or you are already talking and you're in the beginning stages, dating or in a relationship or whatever, um, this is really something you're going to have to work on, because you cannot see things smooth out, because the Six of Swords is also about going from the rough waters and things being, kind of crazy to things smoothing out. Because some of you could be feeling so nervous that things feel crazy and you're just like, oh my God, I can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't move forward if you can't get calm in your spirit and have confidence in yourself and understand that you are attractive and you are someone who can be seen as attractive and accept, someone that other people can embrace. Okay. You can't even capture the dream of love and romance if you can't get out of your head. Get out of your head, get out of that nervousness, get confident. It's also possible the other person could be having this issue, but I feel like this is mostly, when I do these readings, is mostly advice for you guys, and it's mostly to help you guys, okay? Not the other person who's not here looking at my channel. You guys have the Be Assertive card, okay? You have the Be Assertive card. And I'm going to tell you why you have the Be Assertive card. Because guess what? You have, this is the turn back. Turn back. You're being told to turn back because you're confused. You don't even know where to go. You got yourself caught in a maze. You don't even know how to even approach this or this person, or how, or where to go from here, or how to untangle yourself out of this situation in which you can't figure out how to move forward and turn something that, I don't know if the connection is stale or you're struggling to allow the connection to develop or get anywhere because you're confused, or you're not sure where to go with this, or you don't know where to turn with this or how to get things rolling. Okay, but you're being told to turn back. Go back to the simple, go back to the basics. Okay, keep it simple. Go back to the basics. Start from start from the beginning. Okay, but you haven't been doing that. You've been complicating things, or somebody's been complicating things. If it's not you, then it's the other person. But it's telling you to turn back, and the turn back is in reverse. Okay, that also could possibly signify maybe you aren't confused. Maybe you know what you need to do, but like I said, you're not doing it yet. You got the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, you got the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth in the reverse as well. This is, in the upright, it's all about being kind, generous, showing some kind of kind gestures, okay? Especially when it comes to love and romance, is being kind, giving, open, and doing something nice for the other person, romance, whatever it is, offering yourself, offering something to them, or, being helpful, or, whatever. This can also be about, money and like needing money and not and hoping someone's going to help you and give you some money or some assistance. But this is a love life reading or love related reading, so I feel like this is more about opening up and being kind and sweet and generous and making gestures that can be considered to be helpful in the situation of getting the romance ball going, but this is in the reverse. Okay, this is in the reverse, and it's pointing out here that someone, maybe you're waiting for this other person to reach out to you, but perhaps you need to reach out to them. Okay, and I feel that's why you have the Be Assertive card here. Okay, because this is all up to you where this really goes. Be assertive, speak up, reach out. You don't always have to wait for the person. Now, I'm a traditional type of thinker, but at the same time, I'm also very forward thinking. I'm moderately right there in the middle. So I believe there's a time and place for everything. While I think, like, as a lady, while I still feel like men should make romantic gestures to women and they should be the ones to kind of, ask you out, I also believe it's okay for a lady to let a guy know that, she's interested in him and take interest in him and things like that. It's okay for a lady to talk to a guy she's interested in, to let him know, hey, I think you're attractive, or I'm interested in you. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like a lady should, when she does that, allow a guy to show the interest back But if you can tell, if you sense or see that the guy is really shy, but you can tell he still likes you, then go ahead and speak up. Be assertive. You know what I'm saying? Find that healthy balance between, because sometimes guys are unsure. And if there's any guys watching, this can apply to women as well, okay, that you're interested in, that sometimes they're unsure, you know, no matter who you're talking to, okay, because I'm gender biased about who's dealing with who and whatever, so I'm not promoting any kind of ideal about who talks to who and this and that and other and blah 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 or whatever, okay, um, but you know, you need to put in the time or the effort somehow. Give something of some sort of value, because coins is value. So it's giving something of some sort of value. But if you notice, this is also a scale. Okay, scales are all about balance. It's also possible maybe you're dealing with the Libra, possibly, because Libra and scales kind of go hand in hand. If you hear my kid in the background making a lot of noise, sorry, you know. Um, I got the door closed. It seemed like no matter what I do, he's interfering in some form. But it's all good because I love him. Anyway, yeah. You guys, this is up to you where you go. So that's your reading. Be assertive. Don't be afraid. If you are unsure, just kind of simplify. Don't complicate things, okay? Because otherwise, if you don't do something here, then you're not going to see this go anywhere, or things are just going to become stale and things may not be so great anymore. And for those of you who are struggling with if someone is into you or not, or if you know, they'll accept you or not, get out of your head, okay? You're lovable. The moment you accept yourself and you love yourself is the moment other people will see you as attractive and someone they could possibly take an interest in, okay? You'll know if somebody's into you or not, because they'll show you clear signs that they're not. But they also will show you clear signs that they are. And you do have some shy people out here, so allow them time to come out of their shell, but at the same time, make sure you're still assertive and that they know that you're interested, okay? But at the same time, don't be a bugaboo, meaning don't be harassive and overdoing it, okay? Just find that healthy balance. I know it's confusing in the dating game, but when in doubt, it's okay to just be blunt and tell somebody, hey, I like you. You know, it's okay to tell somebody, hey, I like you. So I'm wondering if you want to go and have coffee time, or you know, tea or ice cream, or go grab a bite to eat or something. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's easier when you offer to take somebody out to get a drink or something like that. And I don't mean a drink like alcohol. Run from that. Though, if you think a little liquid courage can help you release those bundles of nerves, and even them, one drink is not going to harm you, but you take that advice at your own, your own expense and responsibility, and drink responsibly. Don't go out and get drunk. You know, be responsible. Sip. Eat. You know, eat something first before you drink anything. So that it's not going in your system too fast, because you also don't want to make a fool of yourself or jump in the bed with anybody. So that's your reading, you guys. I definitely look forward to the feedback, and I appreciate all of you who have shown love. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can get this reading for $20, and any of the other pick a card reading titles, you can get that for $20 as well. You just go to paypal.me/PrettyTarot, and that's that's paypal.me/PrettyTarot. You can pay for your reading there, and you can shoot me an email at prettytarot@gmail.com. They'll let me know that you've paid for a reading and that you're looking to, what title of reading that you're looking to get. You don't have to give me any details. It'll come out in the cards. And you can also check out my website, prettytarot.com. I appreciate you guys. Peace.